Welcome to MT's Corner with Myesha-Tiara, where we discuss celebrity news, acting advice, and everything in between that has to do with acting. So sit back and enjoy yourself and enjoy my opinion. Hey everybody, it's MT's Corner with Myesha-Tiara, and y'all, I'm sad. There is so much that is going on right now and has been going on for years and years, and over 400 of them, with no repercussions for the most part. And the first thing that I would like to do today, even though this video is about Amanda leaving the Real, the first thing I would like to do is to wish Breonna Taylor a happy birthday. Happy birthday, honey. You would be 27 years old today. And for those of you who don't know who Breonna Taylor is a victim of police brutality. She was murdered in March by the police with a no-knock warrant at 1 a.m. in the morning, and they took her life away with 8 rounds. And there's been barely anything about her. It's been real hush-hush when it comes to her. Sometimes she's remembered in a fake lip service statement from some of these companies that are now emailing everyone about how Black Lives Matter, when a lot of these companies, Black lives have never mattered to them. They have never been of importance to them. But it's trendy and they don't want to be canceled. So Black lives not matter to some of these places where they don't have a single Black person as a person of power in their companies, no matter what the company is. However, I just want Breonna to know that we are still fighting for you. We are still fighting for convictions. I have donated to your cause, to your GoFundMe. I have signed petitions for you and many others. I've donated to other causes to help with the movement. And I feel for us, my people, especially my Black women, because I know that plight the most. So say her name and keep saying her name. I know, Breonna, that you're in a much, much better place than what we have to endure here on this earth. So I just want you to know that I love you and that there are many of us still out here fighting for convictions on your behalf. Happy birthday, baby girl. Now, we're moving on to The Real. For those of you who do not know, which I think that would be a few of you at this point, I think most of us do know, Amanda Seales has quit The Real. And this is what she had to say about it.
Like this. So.
Well, you know what happened to me today.
Yes.
She
has arrived.
I've arrived because my contract is up at The Real and I did not renew it because it doesn't feel good to my soul to be at a place where I cannot speak to my people the way they need to be spoken to, and where the people who are speaking to me in disparaging ways are not being handled.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in a space where I can, as a full Black woman, have my voice and my coworkers also have their voices, and where the people at the top are not respecting the necessity for Black voices to be at the top too. So, you know, you reach a point, like even when it just comes to Hollywood in general, you've seen me transform into a way that I just can't function in this place the same way. I can't. They planting white beans in my soil.
Now, I may not agree with everything that Amanda says all of the time, but I do agree with her some of the time. And this time, I'm happy that she stood up for herself and that she took a stand. Now, The Real is a show that I personally have never really gotten into, that I never really liked, because I never felt that they were actually being real. I remember when they had Tamar on the show, and I love Tamar. She was loud and boisterous, and she had an unfiltered opinion. And when Tamar was on the show, there was a woman of color who was their showrunner. And long story short, we all know how, for the most part, that how Tamar ended up being fired from The Real. And they no longer have a woman of color as their showrunner. Now, I don't know if that had anything to do with that, but their new showrunner is a white woman, which I find so odd, since this show supposed to be about women of color coming together and expressing themselves and having unfiltered opinions. But That is not true, because there's no way you can do that when your lead showrunner is a white woman. There's no way you can do that when most of your staff may not be Black people or people of color in general. You can't be real with a show that doesn't allow you to speak your unfiltered opinion. A lot of times on The Real, they do not do that. A lot of times they sugarcoat things, and when Amanda gets too real, or even when Tamar would get too real, people would look at her sideways and, you know, try to play the PC politically correct game and act as if issues aren't happening. Now, Amanda also mentioned that there were people behind the scenes that didn't take what she felt was important into context and actually care. And I can believe that. As a Black artist myself who owns her own theater company and has been acting since I was 19 years old, I'm 27 now, a lot of the companies I have worked for, they do not have people of color on their staff. They do not have Black people on their staff. They aren't there. A lot of times I was their color in a lot of companies I have worked for in the entertainment industry, unfortunately. And when I've had the opportunity to be on the other side of the table, where I've helped cast shows, where I've assistant directed, where I've directed, I have worked my butt off and I've fought for Black people. And sometimes I win and sometimes I lose that battle, but I at least get them called back. Because there are times when people legit don't care. Now, what's so important about what Amanda did, definitely during this time where people, Black people, are starting to speak up a lot more about their plight, is that she showed us that that's what you have to do. Now, Amanda is not the first, and she definitely won't be the last. When Amanda's story broke, I thought of Monique and how she was blackballed from the industry for doing something she didn't want to do. She did a labor of love. You only paid her $50,000. Then all of a sudden, the same people who were supposed to be on her side became gatekeepers who wouldn't let her through the gate. Now, I'm only talking about that moment. I'm not speaking on anything else that she did, but she spoke out for herself and got blackballed for it. She didn't want to go on press tours. She didn't want to go on promotional tours. And that wasn't written into her contract. She didn't have to do that. And as artists, you do not have to do anything that is not written into your contract, because you're not getting paid for that stuff. Now, some people have it written into their contracts where promotional gigs, you got to pay them for that. But I'm sorry, promoting a show more than putting a couple posts on the internet, you need to pay people for that. It costs money to go to events. It costs money to do so many of these things that people think that artists just are supposed to do. But when you're only getting paid $50,000, honey, you're not doing much. That $50,000 is gone before you know it. So I commend Monique and I commend Amanda for standing up and speaking out. We have to fight for what we want, Black artists. And what they've done is paved a way for you to go ahead and fight. Now, I know it may be hard because some of us feel that, how can we get on if we don't do X, Y, and Z? However, I say, how dare they feel that you have to do X, Y, and Z in order for you to have a career? You shouldn't have to lower yourself or be less than just so someone can feel better about who they are. Letting people run over you is not a part of the game, and it's not okay, and it's not paying dues. There are ways to pay dues where you are not treated as a subhuman. There are ways to pay dues where you are also cherished and important and a part of the process. I will never understand that part of the industry. I will not. I want to thrive. I want to be successful as an actress, as a director, and as a theater company owner. I want that for the rest of my Black brothers and sisters who are out here doing their best to express their art and help those in the best way that they see possible. This is not a sprint, my people. This is a marathon. You keep speaking up and you keep speaking out, and you keep speaking out often, because the more it happens, the more that these companies have to really look at themselves, because no one likes negative publicity, especially when it comes to race. So if they're doing something that you go against, you call them out, you address them. And if they don't care, you go through the proper protocols to make sure something's done about it. And if those proper protocols don't care, then you make sure you amplify your voice and let it be known on every social media account you have, every news station you know. Because there's no reason for anyone to be treated unjustly, be it police brutality, be it their workplace, be it anywhere. Don't let this momentum die, folks. We all deserve to be treated equally. We all deserve equality. We all deserve equity. Speak up and speak out and do it often. This is MT's Corner with Myesha-Tiara, and I'm here to tell you, Black artists, keep making your art. Keep speaking out. Keep doing your best to be the best that you can be. And if any of you are interested in donating to the cause of all of the fundraisers and all of the movements that are going on right now, those links will be down below. If any of you are interested in looking at my theater company and seeing what we're all about and how we're helping with the cause and helping with the fight, and you want to donate to us or just look at our website, that link will be down below as well. I'm wishing you all safety on however you plan to protest, whether it be on the front lines, whether it be with donations, whether it be with making posts, whether it be with educating and enlightening others. We're all a part of this process. And start calling out those companies. If they don't change, you don't work with them. Don't let a Black Lives Matter post trick you into thinking these people are for you. Look at who they have on their staff. If there are no Black people there, don't work for them unless you're trying to be that person in that company. If you're a person of color, fight. Demand justice. Demand that they have people of color on their boards. Demand that they have people who make decisions that look like you, or don't work with them. If that's not what they're about, that's totally fine. Don't work with them. Spend your money with Black companies. We gotta put our money where our mouth is. The Black dollar is very important. Support your local Black business. Support your local Black theater. Support your local Black TV show. Support your local Black movie. I love you all. If there's anything that any of you want me to cover, let me know. My channel is growing slowly but surely. I've made over 500 subscribers. I can't wait till I get to 1,000 and beyond. And all of you that follow me so far, thank you. I read all of your comments. I comment on some of them. I like as many of them as I can. I appreciate every last one of you who think that my voice matters, that enjoy watching me do what I do. And I can't wait to bring you more videos on different subjects, on just anything. So let me know what you want to see. And before I officially sign off, even though I've signed off once before and I have clearly not finished talking, Brianna, love you. Sandra, we love you. Corinne, love you. All of you ladies, say her name. Don't let her name be forgotten. Don't let her name be ignored.